they end up signing the rookie Patrick Paul, and Paul gets his 4-year contract. Cap number first year apparently is going to be somewhere in the million and a half range. Chop Robinson is left. It's the only one left. And let me tell you something. The way things have gone, I think if you're a Dolphins fan, stuff has really fallen into place. And that's because of Grier, McKenzie, and Allen. That front office continues to build it the right way. The Patrick Paul signing is huge in so many different ways. One, obviously, you get him under contract and all that. You really shouldn't. There shouldn't be many holdouts in today's NFL with all this stuff pretty much structured. It's really hard to have holdouts overall. But what I love is there was so much panic after the first day of free agency because you had to deal with the emotional baggage of losing Wilkins and losing Hunt and losing AVG, guys that we didn't want to lose. But unfortunately, because you went on a 2-year run here where you hit on a lot of picks, there was no way mathematically you could sign everybody. It just was not going to happen, and it wasn't going to put your team in a advantageous position. But then as free agency went on, you filled the spots. You got better in your secondary. You got better at linebacker. You added depth, at pass rusher with the draft overall, with free agency, considering you had two of your top pass rushers injured. So you added a lot of depth along the way. And when you start to take a overall view, sometimes I tell you guys not to look in the micro when we talk about investing. Well, and I always tell you, look at the macro instead. That will give you better the overall picture. Same thing here. You didn't want to be in the micro on the first day of free agency. You want to be in the macro of where you're at now. And you're getting prepared. The Jalen Wright move to give you depth at running back, all the things you did to add pass receiving options from multiple tight ends that you signed to multiple slot players from free agency to the draft to undrafted players. You added another running back. You added a lot of stuff to add diversity to your offense and depth to your offense. So you're also looking at it saying, okay, we need to get better and deeper. And that's exactly what you did this year. You got better and you got deeper in many, many spots. Everyone will look to the Christian Wilkins spot. And yes, that's the one spot that you will take a step back. Maybe, probably. But everywhere else, you have taken many steps forward in the process. So that's one of the things that you look at. And Patrick Paul signing is very key to all of this. Why? Well, you've got your starters already. You've got Teron Armstead and you've got Austin Jackson. But then you've got Kendall Lamb and you've got Keon backing up. And Keon also showed you something. And I'm really excited to see where he's at in training camp and in the preseason because he's going to get a lot of playing time and he's going to get an opportunity to prove that he's continuing to make that step forward, which would be really positive. By the way, they've also got the Bayron Matos kid that's kind of a project, the 6'6", 318 guy that I don't know if he's going to be anything, but that's another guy there. That's a sixth tackle that they're working on that may have developmental skills. And I trust these people. I trust these people with the eye they have, for offensive linemen, coaching them up, and then the front office finding them. So I love how you're planning for now and you're planning for the future because next year, Teron Armstead and Kendall Lamb are gone. Now you have Austin Jackson, you have Keon, and you have Patrick Paul. This gives Patrick Paul an entire year to be in the system, to learn the system. And as even Teron Armstead, who's an experienced lineman, he talked about how it was really difficult to learn this system. Okay. So this gives Patrick Paul time to learn the system. This gives Brian Matos time to learn the system. This gives Keon another year to be in the system and grow. So all of these things are positives. You're planning for now, you're planning for the future. and all over in many spots. You didn't have a pass catching tight end you can rely on. Now you have one. You added another running back that's a duplicate of the first two guys that you have. Now you have a deeper running back group that now you can run the same offense all throughout the game. Listen, if all three get injured, holy shit, and the luck is really bad. But you've got all of that going on, right? So now you've built up that, you've got the 5 deep, and then, this is also an interesting part because what you've had to deal with is the injury issues the last 2 years. That's what's kind of stopped you from your max. You didn't really reach your max the last 2 years because there's no way you can reach your max if you're not somewhat healthy. So now you've got an opportunity, hopefully, that you'll get the breaks you haven't gotten the last 2 years. You can actually stay healthy. So what I love is you're building everything the right way. You're building it for the now. That guys like Jalen Wright can help you now, and Jonnu Smith can help you now. Okay? Marcus May can help you now with Poyer and with Javon Holland. Now, this gives you even more depth along with Elijah Campbell at safety. Very important that you're doing some of the things to help you now. But then the Patrick Paul move is a move for the future. Keon, that's one that you found a diamond in the rough. You're kind of polishing up that diamond. You might have something down the line. And what I love is, I believe in their conviction. After what you've done with Jackson and Eichenberg actually improved. The problem Eichenberg had to deal with the injuries. If you could get rid of the injuries, I think we're going to see a much better player, like I told you this year. Because he's really wasn't an injury-prone player, but poor guy's had some terrible luck the last 2 years. So to me, there's a lot of positives about what you're watching, but it's that front office that is doing a marvelous job of eyeing the future, but doing the best job to keep you competitive and give you a chance to actually go after, the championship. And the Dolphins have that talent. They just got to stay healthy, man. You need the breaks. But there's no doubt in my mind that Chris Grier is building it the right way, man. Building it the right way.
This is the Big O Show. This is the Big O Show.